Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
What? 20. March 56. I know he ain't got it.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 36, Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Break it up, Todd. 180. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Tiger. Check.
Goff on first down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it's going to be 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football. Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Come get some.
Here's Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Strip that ball. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
20. Check 56. Switch out, switch out.
On first down, it's Gurley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From just shy of midfield, Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Hey, Shell. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Todd Gurley, 26 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the 40 now on second down, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Wilson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Rams take over first and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Block 20.
Right there, 56. You run.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
We're good.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check, 56.
No game on this defense. No game.
A shotgun snap for goal. That's into the hands of Reynolds. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's third and 3. To throw is gone. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will make it 10-0 here in the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson leaves this one with Penny, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, Penny. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First down, Seattle.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check it back, check it back.
I'll go special.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped them at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now gone. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Goff now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. L.J. Collier. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Goff now looking to throw. He gets it to Cooks. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. Well, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up fourth down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2, Goff. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
At the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 46 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Goff now to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on, the ball.
Gone. And Cooks hands it over the middle. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, LA. Brandon Cooks. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. He'll find Metcalf. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Wilson now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm was just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now Gurley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Obama. Come on, boys, 56. Check.
Now Goff. Now that'll be caught by Cobb. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Merlin.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nazir Jones cruises in for the sack.
Well, no, it takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
I hope you brought your record.
3rd and long. It's gone. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nazir Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Penny. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
1st down, Seattle.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Donald. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too. And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
A shotgun snap for Gone. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Coming again.
A gain of 12 brings up third and less than a yard.
Cut. 180.
54, Mike.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
W15. 51 to Mike.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Now Rashad Penny. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Wilson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, the 20. 10, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this ride.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Check 13. Check 31. Check 31. Check 50. Check 50.
Go 14.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And Dixon has it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And the Seahawks first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it too deep?
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ed Dixon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will get him one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, 78 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Wilson to throw. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
I'm coming for you, son.
Again they run with Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
1st down, Seahawks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check for you.
From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Third and long. It's Wilson. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 27-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Rams, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next.